So it was a bunch of people. Um, we had left where we stayed, but then upon returning, it was a whole bunch of people outside, and we was like in a ghetto. Um, and they wouldn't let us in our house. Um, we had just finished getting our son because our son was um, in harm's way. And we was in this place, before this happened, we was in this place where I was taking care of a whole bunch of kids. When I say a whole bunch of kids, it was like a neighborhood of kids. And to the point where there was some sleeping outside, there was some sleeping on the floor in a home. And I noticed this guy, there was a couple people, and my son was asleep. And there was a couple people that was smoking cigarettes around my son. I'm like, And I don't know how long it was going on. But when I finally caught them, I'm like, no, y'all have to go because my son has asthma, and the fact that you're smoking right where he sleeps, that's an issue. So I ain't tell them to go outside or nothing. I just told them they had to go. So they left. Um, and then we wound up going to, like I said, I don't know if, I just don't remember. So I'm gonna skip to the part where we wound up going to, we wound up going home. And there was all of these people outside my home. It was like, you're not getting in here, you're not coming back, you're not, you know, and all my stuff was in here too. I'm like, how y'all gonna keep us from coming out, going in the house? But we didn't really question it. We sat in the car for a little bit because they had weapons and stuff, as if they would attack us if we were to go inside the home. So we stayed outside for a little bit, but I remember me getting up and just walking in, walking into my home with my son in my arms, and they tried to, I'm walking in there all, courageously, basically fixing up my home and trying to get people out, and they wound up grabbing my son, trying to grab me, grabbing my son again, grabbing at my son, and I'm fighting them off. But then later on, we wind up in this place with some guy. I don't know how we got out that situation, honestly, because they was attacking us. We wound up having no, and then we were there. We wound up getting them all out, and we closed the doors, locked the doors, and um, there was people like banging on our doors. Like we could not go outside the home for nothing. This is what my daughter was in this part too. It was my son, my daughter, and I think it was my nieces or something. But every time we would step outside the home, somebody would run up and try to attack us, like some type of zombie type stuff, But they was actually trying to kill us, like with weapons and whatnot. So we wound up locking on all the doors, and it was dangerous for us to step outside. So then there was, so then I'm going to skip to the part where there was this circumcision. I wound up seeing my son, and I wound up seeing my son as an adult, and they was in the same place at the same time. Then I wound up seeing this guy that I'm familiar with. There was a little boy that came in the room. I'm like, who is this little boy? And it was like, that's the piece of this guy. And that guy, it wanted to be in his circumcision self, you know. So yeah, it was his circumcised self as a little kid and him at the same time. I don't think he was freaked. I think he was kind of a little bit freaked out. But he wound up just kind of being okay with whatever was happening. Um, so then there was these animals out. There was these dogs or something in the corner. And you can see one trying to feed while one was trying to sleep with the the one was trying to sleep on the adult dog or the mother or the father, I don't know the gender, but they was trying to sleep with their parent, and the other two dogs, that parent wound up grabbing the other two dogs, um, and the other one was trying to like get up there but couldn't. So yeah, it was a weird dream, honestly. I don't know if it was dog or not. I just know it was like four-legged animal. Honestly. So yeah, that was my dream, but the part that really kind of had me feeling some type of way was when they wouldn't let us in our home. You know, it's like they turned our home into like a place where the neighborhood can get together because we was gone so long or something. And we ended up coming back and they said, no, you're not getting in here. You're not coming back or this and that. But yeah, they was all just chilling in our home and stuff like that. I'm like, what the heck? Y'all gonna have to go. But yeah, it was really crazy. So yeah, that was my dream. Like, comment, subscribe, be notified, share at your own free will to show you care. Yeah. Bye. So, I am bringing out my dreaming interpretation book, and I want to try to interpret this dream. So yeah, let's see. Okay, so this kind of sounds like my dream. So there was a lot of conflict and war inside my dream with those who tried to, who wouldn't allow me to get back into my home. And right here it says that if there is a war, the war may be within yourself, irrespective of your feelings about conflict in the dream. There may be suggestion that you should do battle or put up a fight in some respect in waking life. Perhaps duet in any particular weapons used in your dream. See perhaps duel in any particular weapons used in your dream. So basically, this is saying I have conflict in my home, wherever I reside, the location, the place. When there is war inside if there is conflict around you, if there's conflict in your dream, that means that there's conflict where you are, and this is warning me that I should put up a fight realistically in real life. And or there will come a time eventually, this is warning me now that eventually I will get into a conflict where I will have to put up a fight. So get prepared. This is preparation. So yeah, the next, there was a part of my dream where I was, that involved clothes, because my mom was giving me like some shorts and um, different shirts. We was like, usually we would, she would pass down clothes to me. So this, there was a part of my dream where she was giving us clothes or giving me, any type of clothes that I needed. So this part right here says underclothes. Emphasis is on the whole, on something private, the extent to which you like pretty, fashionable, or plain, and uterine underclothes may be significant. Also, whether they were clean or dirty, did you feel ashamed of revealing them? So this is relating to emotionally. How do I feel about my clothes? Maybe I was embarrassed. Maybe I felt a certain way recently about my clothing. So this is basically relating to how emotionally I feel about my wardrobe. So yeah, maybe I need some new clothes, or I need some, I need some new fashion, stuff like that. New style, new look. The other day I had a dream about a tattoo on my arm, and it actually said, it is relatively easy, if painful, to acquire a tattoo, but extremely difficult to remove it. Could there be a comment on some
habit you are trying to keep, or a warning about a decision which you have to take, and which may have lasting effects than you suppose. Pomp ceremonially. Showing off seems to be reflected by a dream of military tattoo. Were you impressed, intimidated, or bored by it? Perhaps you have to measure up to the achievements and abilities of others at present, unless you were the drum major. So basically, a habit. Are you trying to kick a habit? And that's what the tattoo meaning is saying. Something easy. Maybe it's a painful situation. Basically, giving off the feelings of how does a tattoo feel when you get it. The tattoo that you have. How are you being affected by it? Why is this relating to your dream? And how is this relating to your dream? This is a warning about a decision which you have to take and which you have more lasting effects than you suppose. So this the decision on your tattoo may have long-lasting effects on you in the future now, or if you got it in the past, it has lasting effects on you in this moment now. So if you got it like a few years ago, the effects may be coming to you now of the tattoo. And it also relates to what did you think about when you wanted the tattoo? What does this tattoo mean? And it's revealing, it's revealing basically your innermost desires or your intuition or whatever you felt or whatever the image or whatever the tattoo is, or it signifies is relating to, your life now. So this one is shrinking. So I recently spoke about circumcision. Circumcision is when a person it's like a shrinking mindset, shrinking your knowledge, shrinking your heart, shrinking you physically, spiritually. Obviously, you're not going to become small, but spiritually it's basically like if you have a alpha mindset, that alpha mindset will be distributed from you to a person that kind of, and if it's basically too much for you, especially in your life situation, God will distribute that mindset or that heart that is too big for you into another so that, that basically fits better for another person. You're not ready for this, so I'm going to give this off, until you're ready. So yeah, so basically the shrinking, such as when I had the dream about the guy seeing a younger boy, that was him, and now he's the younger boy is his circumcised version of him. So God circumcised him into this little boy. So shrinking refers perhaps to change. There may be a warning that you are in some way less than life size at present, or that you are on the contrary too big. Showing off perhaps you may be shrinking from unpalatable facts. If male, your dream may be referring perhaps to your potency fears about it. Other symbols in the dream should offer clues, but maybe this is a case for asking the dream for further hints and explanations. So this guy was in my dream, and he was circumcised. The guy was a person of my past when I was like in middle school. That's who this guy was. So maybe now is a time where men of that certain age, such as him, in my time, my generation is becoming circumcised. And I think that is all that my dream was about.
Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Be notified and share at your own free will to show you care.
So yeah, that was a little bit interpretation for my dream. And yeah, hi.